Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're going to be discussing Big Little Lies Season 2, Episode 1.
So, Episode 1 picks up shortly after the events of the end of Season 1, and basically we're seeing how the Monterey Five are dealing with what happened and the events of the first season. So, in this season, we're introduced to Perry's mother. It's played by Meryl Streep. Her name is Mary Louise, and she is just... Meryl Streep plays such an unsettling character in this movie. Like, it's on the edge of a knife the whole time she's on screen.
Yes, every time she's on screen and she's around Celeste and the kids, you're like, what is happening? And she has, like, you can tell that Meryl Streep's character, I mean, she has false teeth in, because she has, like, a different look to her. Like, you can't even tell that's Meryl Streep anymore.
It's just so unsettling, her character, and it works so well for that role.
It does. I'm, like, very interested to see what happens. She's very, outspoken. There's like a scene between her and Madeline, and you're just like, did you just really say that?
Yeah, this show is definitely picking up with the quality and the tension of the first season. I was kind of skeptical coming into the second season. I didn't feel like after watching the first one that we really even needed a second season. But I'm really interested. They really drew me in with these characters and kind of dealing with the consequences of the actions in the beginning of the series.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed a second season either. I liked how it ended. And it just kind of ended very ambiguous. Like, you were like, oh, are the police still after them? Are they on the, figuring out, did they actually, murder Perry? But now we're catching up, and I'm like, wow, I just, like, really love all 5 of the women in the show.
Yeah, and I think in this episode, the 2 most interesting characters are Bonnie, played by Zoe Kravitz, and also Celeste by Nicole Kidman, who was amazing in the first season. And in this episode, you really get to dive into how those 2 characters are really dealing with the death of Perry.
You also look into Celeste and Jane's relationship because of everything, the events that happened last season. You found out, Perry raped Jane, and, basically Ziggy is his son, and so you're seeing that relationship and that dynamic, start.
And that's one of the things that kind of carried over from the first season is Nicole Kidman feeling kind of guilty about, leaving Perry and then having Perry die. And then you have Jane talking to her like, oh, aren't you upset that he did this to me? And she just struggles with being able to separate herself from him. And there's flashbacks and dream sequences where, she's remembering the good times with him. And it really showcases how people that are in domestic violence situations kind of find excuses to just not leave, and how hard that really is for people.
Yeah, you definitely see Bonnie struggling a lot in this episode because she was the one that pushed Perry, and that's very against to everything that she knows. And you really see her just trying to figure out, should she go to the police or should she stick with the 5 women and figure out if the secret's worth keeping.
Yeah, her conflict is a really interesting part of this. I think it's going to be this whole season because, like Noelle said, she goes against fundamentally what she is as a person. She's, a pacifist, a peaceful person that wants to help people, and then she killed someone. So her dealing with that is really interesting. And having that framework around everyone else in the situation, between the husbands not knowing, you kind of forget that the 5 of them are the only ones that really know what happened. So it's interesting seeing the other characters be like, why are you guys so upset, or why are you acting so weird?
So far, I really enjoyed episode 1. I'm really excited to see where the show goes. The production, the music, the editing, the styling of Big Little Lies is very well done. I really enjoy it. It doesn't compare to a lot of other shows.
Yeah, I was honestly I didn't know where to go with television after, Game of Thrones is over, Chernobyl's over. So I was like, oh, well, Big Little Lies is back on. Maybe it'll be just as good as the first season. I think it's going to be. I think this cast is excellent. I think the addition of Meryl Streep is going to be really interesting. And kind of like the way this episode ends with that cliffhanger, this show always draws you in. You want to know what's happening next episode. And I think it really is going to hook me back in.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is our thoughts on episode 1 of Big Little Lies Season 2. Let us know in the comments what you thought, and have you watched it? Are you excited for the rest of the season? Let us know. Remember to like and subscribe. We always appreciate your support, and yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.